We're here in Laval today for another nice train show. I'm surprised at how many car models there are today. Hey, some pre-made buildings, that's perfect. I hate building kits. That's a good idea with some music. It's my first time at this particular show. There seems to be only vendors, not a lot of trains running. Star Wars collectors. There's some nice old scale stuff. A little bit of books. Keep your eyes open for books. Sometimes there's some good info. Some brass, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Those CP passenger cars are nice. And some decals. Everyth's free shipping today. Check it out. I did find somebody that was running trains. Pioneers ever. Well, these trains look like they're running. At any rate, they have the lights on, which is still pretty cool. I was looking for some N-scale Canadian national passenger cars, but did not get so lucky. I think these are a little bit hard to find. Look at the classification lights. That's really neat. I would like to do something like that, classification lights on my engines. Well, I did end up buying some stuff. I bought these 5 railroad cars. I offered the guy 40, he came back at me with 50. I said, okay, that's okay. 50 Canadian is like 35 American, so that's a really good deal. I got the Atlas hopper. Seems to be in really good shape. I don't think I have to do anything to it. Just enjoy it like that. Brake wheel is there, everything's there, it's good. And I got this box car. It's a lifelike. When the previous owner used it like a track cleaning car, and this is felt, some type of felt. I might try it, but if not, I will use it as a nice box car, nice chassis systems. It's a lifelike. You can see the brake wheel is not painted, so that's that. It's still a neat car. And these I really wanted, the roundhouse old-time passenger cars. They have even have a little bit of extra parts. I want to have a look at that. When you're at the show, it's tough to have a really good look at them. So these on the surface, they look to be in really good shape. But I didn't have too much time to look into it, so I'm going to take my time. There's one wheel that fell off. That's no big deal. I'll take a good look at them. This is the baggage car as it is written. So these are not very easy to come by. But everything seems to be there. That brake wheel seems to be bent a little bit. This one's where it should be. And they have fake knuckle couplers, which is fine. I will use it like that. But everything seems to be in good shape on this. These are hard to come by, so I was really happy just to find them and got a really good deal on them. So happy to be able to do that. Like I said during the video, sometimes when you buy stuff online, you have to pay for shipping, and then you have to pay for taxes on top of that, depending on the state or the province. So, you know, it all adds up. But at a train show like that, you pay cash, you don't pay taxes, you don't pay shipping fees, so everything is free shipping, no tax. Every little bit helps. While I was struggling with the wheel, I remembered I have some metal wheels handy. So let's see how they work with the roundhouse passenger cars. These are Eve Model brand. I get them on AliExpress. But they roll nice. They're not free, but they're not too expensive either. It depends on how much you want metal wheels for your cars. I really like metal wheels, so I'm gonna try them on with this. Well, you can see how it rolls with the plastic. It rolls okay, but it is what it is. Now, this may be just my own cognitive bias, but I find that they roll better. Anyway, they work really well with the roundhouse trucks. This is the Overton Combine. So that too looks to be in okay shape. So I'm not replacing that wheel. I'll put all metal wheels on top. Looks really good. All the handrails are there. Perfect. The roof looks good, although a little dusty. That's a real beauty. There looks to be something inside. Yeah, when you buy used stuff like that, you get surprises. The previous owner added weights. So that can't be bad. I think that's going to be good. And then let's say I decide it's too much weight, I can remove some. But for now, I'm going to try them like that. And here's the coach. I put the metal wheels on it already. Rolls great. So that's awesome. This Jessie car also had additional weight added, and I put knuckle couplers on it and used the original lifelike wheels, but they are good rollers. Really good rollers. Since I had all the tools out, I also put the metal wheels on this hopper. The Eve model wheels, they work really well with Atlas. It's quite nice. The brake wheel is painted to match the car. It's a very nice car. A little bit more modern. I have a lot of 1950s era box cars, but this is going to be nice when I use more modern trains. Other stuff I was able to find. I found some HO bell. I have a 460, a brass 460 that's missing a bell. So I was able to find some bells. So if I ever need some extra ones, I'll have some. And I also found the Hot Wheels. This is the Hot Wheels that I had when I was a kid, and I wore it down to nothing. This one's in decent shape for what I paid. It was a good purchase. Now these Overton cars, what am I gonna use them with? I've got this nice 260. This is a really good runner. So that I can use it with that. Or I made this Bachmann 060, and I made it with DCC and sound. So that I think would be really neat to run this engine with the passenger cars. Now I should re-leather it for Canadian Pacific. I don't have the decals for now, but that could be a really good future project. The Canadian Pacific engines, they were all black anyways, so to run them with these Overton cars, they should look okay. Also at another table there was these two F3, and I decided that I liked them. So 60 bucks Canadian, that's like 45 US. So I thought that was a pretty fair price for this. Horns are there, couplers there. Both couplers are there, and these are really good Kato ones, so they should run good. I am gonna try them out. So just bench test them real quick. They don't, the wheels don't look dirty. And these should run right away. Sound great, no surprises there. And this one, as you can see, the front coupler is missing. So the front coupler is missing all the hardware there for it. But it's got the back couplers. I bought some extra couplers just in case. But I checked with the guy at the table, and the rest of the hardware is all in here. So before I put this back, there's the coupler. There's little coupler pins there. So I am gonna put this back together for you guys. I did check with him that all the stuff was there. And also I showed him my video on how to put them back together. So I will link that to the end of this video on the end screen. So my feeling is that he had this out for maintenance. I like to take the horns out before I do that. You can maybe leave them in. It won't impact the repair too much. So what I like to do, I like to put the engine in my jig. You know, I made a cradle just for the purpose of putting these back together. N scale, it's small parts. It's part of the game. If you want to get away from having all these really small parts, basically, you would have to stick to HO. That's pretty much the only way. Now there is a way to do HO scale in small spaces. What you do is you do an around the room shelf layout. I use a reference, so I don't put it on backwards, because believe it or not, you can put this part on backwards. Ask me how I know. Now my jig is gonna hold my coupler exactly where I need it to be. So I can bring in my retainer. Just like so. And then I can punch it in. And once it snaps in, I'm good. I'm golden. So I felt the one side punch in, I have to get the other one to punch in. Just have to use a lot of magnification just so I can see what I'm doing. But when I punch it in, it will be good. We're almost there. There we go. Good job. Next to putting the coupler back, putting the horns back, it looks super easy. There. So these I'll probably run them a little bit later on. Now I want to run that Overton train. Also found at the train show from the same table these two E8 shells. I asked the guy how much he wanted for that. He said 10 bucks. So I bought them. They have a beacon light and perhaps all the electronics that go with that. So I am gonna try it out. I would love them to work. And the shells look pretty good. Yeah, I would love them beacons to work. These you would use this type of engine if you want to do the early Burlington Northern merger with the Burlington route, where they would have passenger trains running these, and it was short-lived because Amtrak took over just a couple of years after. But if you want to have a rainbow era Burlington Northern or Burlington route train, these are awesome for that, and very unusual. I'd never had that before. Well, that light does work. It's not a blinking light, but it does work. And this is the second unit, same story. So that's going to be a nice project for a future date. Let's go try out them Overton cars. And now it's time to run some trains. As a matter of fact, I feel good about this engine. Oh, that just looks great. I've got the headlight control, bell control, horn control. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. I certainly had fun making it for you. See you soon.